She laughed when she forgot my birthday, calling me childish. I said nothing. That night, she opened the door to a surprise party for her best friend, whose hand I was holding. She laughed. Not the sweet, warm kind of laugh I fell for years ago. This was sharp, dismissive, the kind that makes you feel small. "You're mad because I forgot your birthday?" she said, eyebrows raised like she couldn't believe it. "That's so childish." I didn't argue. Didn't tell her I'd been looking forward to the day for weeks. Didn't remind her how many of her birthdays I'd planned down to the last detail. I just said, "It's fine. You forgot. But I remember everything." She rolled her eyes, already turning back to her phone. A text came in and she smirked, thumbs flying. The air in the room felt different after that. She thought she'd ended the conversation. She didn't know it had just started. We spent the rest of the evening in the same apartment, but not together. She sat on the couch, scrolling through Instagram reels, laughing out loud every few minutes. I stayed at the kitchen table, staring at my laptop, not working, just thinking. It wasn't about the birthday, not really. It was about the way she dismissed me, like my feelings were a joke, and the way she'd done it before. Not just once, but over and over. Little cuts she never noticed because she never looked closely enough. My mind went to her best friend, Natalie. The sister she'd sworn she'd die without. The one she always had time for, even when she didn't have time for me. I remembered every brunch, every spa day, every emergency call where she just had to be there. And I remembered something else. Natalie's birthday was coming up. Soon. I opened my phone, scrolled to Natalie's name, stared at it. Not yet. Instead, I went through old photos, mine and hers, birthdays we'd shared, trips I'd paid for, surprises I'd planned, and then the ones she'd planned for me, all 2 of them, both years ago, both half-hearted. I thought about the last time she'd been genuinely excited to see me. I couldn't remember when it was. That night, I slept light. Not restless, not angry. Just ready. The next morning, she left for work without a word. I waited until she was gone before picking up my phone again. This time, I opened Natalie's profile, and I started to plan. Natalie's profile was a roadmap. Photos from last year's birthday dinner at that rooftop place downtown. Posts of her new apartment. A countdown to her big day in just under 2 weeks. Perfect timing. I didn't message her right away. First, I called Mark, an old mutual friend who still floated between our circles without getting caught in the middle. Mark had a talent for knowing things without asking. "Hey," I said. "Hey, man," he replied. "What's up? When's Natalie's actual party?" He didn't even question why I was asking. "The night before her birthday. She's keeping it small. Apartment thing." I smiled to myself. Got it. Thanks. Next was the venue. Not her apartment. Too cramped. Too easy for my girlfriend to think she was walking into something for herself. I booked the private back room of Natalie's favorite wine bar. Easy to decorate, perfect for a crowd, and, most importantly, a place my girlfriend had always wanted me to take her to, but I never did. I didn't invite my girlfriend. Not directly. I made sure Natalie did. That meant another step. Calling Natalie. She picked up on the 3rd ring. "Hey, stranger," she said, light in her voice. "Hey," I said. "We haven't talked in a while, but I was thinking, what if I help with your birthday this year?" There was a pause. "You? Why?" "Because you've always been good to me, and I think it'd be fun. Let me handle the planning. You just show up and enjoy." She laughed. "You're serious?" "Dead serious." We talked details for 20 minutes. I offered to cover decorations, food, drinks. Told her I'd take care of everything. She agreed. Hesitantly at first, then with growing excitement. By the time I hung up, the plan was moving. For the next 10 days, I played the perfect boyfriend. I brought my girlfriend coffee in the mornings. I listened to her talk about work without interrupting. I nodded along to her weekend plans with her friends. She thought I'd let the birthday thing go. She didn't see the texts I was sending to Natalie. Didn't know I was ordering custom decorations, a cake, and a giant silver Happy Birthday Natalie banner that would be impossible to miss. 2 nights before the party, Natalie texted me. "She's coming, by the way. I told her to stop by for drinks." Exactly what I wanted. On the morning of the party, my girlfriend mentioned she might swing by Natalie's thing after work. She didn't ask me to come. Didn't even hint at it. I told her I'd be busy that night. And when she left the apartment in her black dress and heels, thinking she was heading to a casual little get-together, I was already at the wine bar, making sure every detail was perfect, every candle lit, every glass polished, every eye ready to watch the moment the door opened. The back room of the wine bar glowed with warm light. Soft music played, and guests milled around with glasses of wine in hand. Natalie looked stunning in a silver dress, her hair swept back, smile wide as she greeted friends. We stood near the entrance together, going over the final touches. "Are you sure about this?" she asked quietly, glancing at me. "I've never been more sure about anything," I said. At 8:14 p.m., my phone buzzed. A text from Mark. "She's almost here." I positioned myself just inside the doorway, Natalie at my side. The conversations quieted a little, curiosity humming in the air as if everyone knew something was about to happen. And then, the door opened. She stepped inside, framed by the doorway, her eyes scanning the room. I saw the split second of confusion on her face. No one yelled surprise for her. No one rushed over with balloons or cake. Her eyes landed on the massive silver banner. "Happy Birthday, Natalie." She froze. And then she saw me, standing there, holding Natalie's hand. For a heartbeat, no one moved, no one spoke. The air was thick, charged, like the moment before a lightning strike. I smiled. "Glad you could make it," I said evenly. We were just about to toast. Natalie squeezed my hand and stepped forward. Guests started clapping and cheering, breaking the tension. Music swelled again. My girlfriend, ex-girlfriend really, though she didn't know it yet, tried to force a laugh. "Oh my God, I thought—" she began, but her voice trailed off when she saw no one was paying attention. I guided Natalie toward the center of the room, lifted my glass, and gave a short toast. "To good friends," I said, "and to people who remember the days that matter." Laughter and clinking glasses filled the air. My girlfriend stood by the door, still holding her purse, watching it all unfold. She looked like a guest who'd wandered into the wrong party. After a few minutes, she approached me, her smile tight. "Can we talk?" she asked under her breath. "Later," I said. "I'm busy right now." I turned back to Natalie, and the two of us moved through the crowd together, greeting people, taking photos, laughing like we'd been planning this for months. Because we had. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw her slip out the door. No scene, no tears, just gone. And that was exactly how I wanted it. The party went on without a hitch. We cut the cake, poured champagne, and filled the room with laughter. Natalie's friends danced, took pictures, posted stories. And every single one had me somewhere in the background, smiling next to her. By the time I left the wine bar, my phone had lit up with missed calls. 7 from her. 3 from home, which I knew was her calling from the apartment. 2 voicemails I didn't bother listening to. I walked home slowly, taking the long route through quiet streets. When I reached our place, the living room light was on. She was sitting on the couch, still in her heels, makeup smudged, phone clutched in her hand. "Was that supposed to humiliate me?" she demanded. I set my keys down. "Number that was supposed to remind you that birthdays matter. You forgot mine, but I remember everything." She scoffed, shaking her head. "So you hold hands with my best friend? Throw her a party? You think that makes you the bigger person?" I stepped closer, calm, steady. Number, it makes me the person who knows how to show up for people who value me. Her voice cracked. You're an asshole. Maybe, I said. But I'm not your asshole anymore. She froze. What does that mean? It means you can go, tonight. Pack what you need. I'll have the rest sent to Natalie's. Since you two are so close. Her mouth opened like she was about to protest, but nothing came out. She grabbed her bag and walked past me without looking up. The door clicked shut behind her, and the silence that followed wasn't heavy. It was clean. I poured myself a drink, sat on the couch, and pulled up the photos from the night. Every smile, every toast, every moment captured in amber light. It wasn't revenge that warmed me. It was clarity. She thought forgetting my birthday meant I'd let it go. What she didn't understand was that I don't forget. And I don't forgive disrespect, especially when there's a better use for my time, like holding hands with someone who actually shows up,